watching News 24 Live. Snow and snow sports in Africa, you better believe it. The inaugural Winter Whip snowboard and ski competition was such a success last year at the Afri-Ski Mountain Resort in Lesotho. It's back again in 2015. I'm joined in studio by last year's ladies winner and the men's amateur division winner. Guys, welcome. Thanks very much for coming in. Jason, this year it's called the 2015 Xperia Winter Whip. What is different about this year's competition compared to last year?
Last year was kind of low-key, and this year locally whipped have really come to the party and organised a much bigger event. There's a lot more sponsors involved, obviously Xperia being the title sponsor. Club Med apparently coming with something big. I don't know the details of that. There's Burton, G-Form, Red Bull, Neff, Skull Candy and Jägermeister. So there's quite a good spread of brands that are supporting snowboarding now.
Okay. Maua, the competitors, where are they from? Are they all African, South African based riders? Do you have any internationals?
We have a lot of guys that train overseas, but most of them, I think the majority are South African.
A lot of South Africans. There's also the actual staff at Afri-Ski. They have quite a large international component that come over every year to work as ski and snowboard instructors, and then they therefore also get involved in these competitions. So it's nice to get that mix as well. So it's not only just the local guys, there are actually foreign competitors involved.
Okay. Now, I mean, with all due respect to resorts like Afri-Ski, I mean, we're not blessed with huge amounts of snow in South Africa. So this obviously, I mean, what is the state of snowboarding and skiing in Africa? I mean, is it on the rise? I mean, it must be tough for guys to train, and I mean, where do you guys train?
Look, Afri-Ski is pretty jacked up with their snowmaking equipment, so even if it's a poor season, they've got the slopes sorted, and they always make a plan to make a snow park, Kapoko Park, which is an amazing place to train, even for internationals who have, like the Northern Hemisphere, have summer now. They come over and they think it's actually really amazing to come over here.
All right. So, Jason, what are you guys sort of measured on in terms of your, I mean, what kind of tricks do you have to try and pull off, and what are the different events?
Basically, the format of this contest, it's not rigid. So you used to have like 3 runs, best 2 runs count. This is just being run in a jam format. So it's more like a day out riding in the park. It's a lot more relaxed. I don't think it's as easy to judge because there's guys constantly rolling through the park. Obviously, the more difficult the trick, the higher it's going to get scored. There's amplitude, the bigger you go. Obviously, clean landings, you can't be falling all over the place. So you've got to be landing your tricks, and it's small differences between, because a lot of guys are doing the same tricks. So obviously, style comes into play, how comfortable you are doing it. And your general float from the top of the course all the way through down to the bottom. Mixing up rails and jumps it's very important to have a good mix. Otherwise, if you're just doing the same thing over and over again, you're not going to get scored very well.
Now, you guys both have like a background in surfing. I mean, when did you start snowboarding, and what made you decide to enter an event like this in Africa?
I started snowboarding when I was 10 years old, going overseas. And then, I gradually built it up. And then, we started surfing a few years ago.
Surfing, wakeboarding, we've always done a mix of board sports.
I think the one helps the other.
Yeah, I mean, the snowboarding is something, it's kind of something fun to do in winter. Just, we don't have much of a winter to talk about. It's a few months window that you can actually go snowboarding. So it's just something different to do, and it kind of backs up all the other sports. The wakeboarding and wake skating, they're all quite similar in terms of what you try and achieve at the end of the day, doing the various tricks and things. They cross over quite well.
Okay, and I mean, so it's hosted at Afri-Ski in Lesotho. We all know about Tiffendale in the Eastern Cape. Now, why does Tiffendale not host events like this? How do the two resorts or slopes compare?
I think Afri-Ski is just more accessible from Joburg, from Durban. The roads are better, and the vibe is really awesome at Afri-Ski. So,
And I mean, are those the two? I mean, those two resorts. I mean, are those areas that that get the most snowfall? I mean, does South Africa have potential to have a a slope or a resort that has a more consistent snowfall or would make better rides?
I think that's about as...
What makes them prime resorts?
I know the beginning of Tiffindale, the area was scouted really well, and that valley was one that produced, or that had a lot of snow,
Okay.
and that kept that snow throughout the season. With Afri-Ski, that bowl is also very, it holds the snow really well. And
Okay, so this year you guys think you're going to defend your titles? Have you got bigger goals, Jason?
I think the rules are that because I won the amateur division last year, I have to be bumped up to the pro guys. So I'm probably going to take a beating from the youngsters. At the end of the day, you know, for me, it's a fun contest. I'm not going to try and go out there and kill myself to beat the younger, crazier guys. I'm just going to go out there and have fun because I know my limitations. And there are repercussions for snow. Everyone thinks snow is soft, but snow parks are notoriously dangerous. The snow is basically like concrete, and if you get it wrong, the injuries can be quite high. So I think I'll play it safe, and I'll just have a good time out there.
And could we see South African at the Winter Olympics or X Games anytime soon?
I used to compete internationally, but got injured a few years back, and I was trying to qualify for the Winter Olympics in Sochi, so I couldn't do that. But so now I'm taking things a little bit easier, and I'm actually coaching a bunch of girls that are really doing well, and they're really improving, and they're young, and they've got so much potential. So hopefully one of those girls or more will end up doing well overseas again, and yeah, hope to see that.
Okay, great guys, thanks for coming in, good luck.
Cool.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
All right.